Imagine this: a skincare enthusiast is standing in her bathroom at night, watching a video on her phone. In the video, a young woman applies a mixture of Vaseline and baking soda to her face. Within seconds, her skin looks brighter, the dead skin seems to disappear, and it's almost as if magic has happened. She watches the video 3 times. Then she walks into her kitchen and reaches for the box of baking soda. But wait. What if I told you there's something about that video, the very one that may have convinced you to try this mixture, that almost nobody talks about? Something that, instead of helping your skin, could slowly damage it over time, and you might not even realize it's happening until it's far too late. Today, we're taking a closer look at this viral skincare trend through the lens of science.
No hype. No fear-mongering.
Just honest, evidence-based facts. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this trick became so popular, what's true, what's misleading, and what you should actually do if you genuinely want healthier skin. Here's the first surprising fact. This mixture contains 2 ingredients, but only one of them actually works in a way that's beneficial for your skin. The other ingredient isn't doing what most people think it is. Vaseline, also known as petroleum jelly, has been trusted by dermatologists for decades as an occlusive. That simply means it forms a protective layer over the skin, helping lock moisture in and reduce water loss. This isn't some new discovery, it's well-established science. But what about baking soda? Baking soda was originally designed to be used as a leavening agent in baking, as well as for cleaning and odor neutralization. It's highly alkaline, with a pH of around 9. Your skin, on the other hand, naturally maintains a mildly acidic pH of about 4.5 to 5.5. Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried using baking soda on your skin? Share your experience in the comments. How did it feel? That difference in pH isn't a minor detail. Your skin's natural acidity exists for a reason. It helps maintain a protective layer known as the acid mantle, which acts as a barrier against harmful bacteria, environmental pollutants, and excessive moisture loss. When you apply a highly alkaline substance like baking soda to your skin, you can disrupt that natural protective barrier. Myth number 1: baking soda exfoliates dead skin, that's why it makes your face glow. This is the most common belief behind this viral trend. Many people think that baking soda's gritty, grainy texture physically exfoliates the skin, removes dead skin cells, and reveals the fresh, glowing skin underneath. That's only partly true. Yes, the particles in baking soda can physically remove some dead skin cells. But here's the real issue: the glow people often notice isn't necessarily the result of healthy exfoliation. In many cases, it's a temporary effect caused by disrupting the skin's protective barrier. The skin can become mildly irritated or inflamed, leading to redness that may be mistaken for a healthy glow. So what's a better approach? If you're looking to exfoliate your skin, dermatology experts generally recommend gentle chemical exfoliants, such as mild AHA or BHA formulations, or carefully formulated physical exfoliants that are specifically designed for facial skin and have a skin-friendly pH. Baking soda was never created for skincare. It's intended for baking, cleaning, and odor control, not for use on your face. Myth number 2: if it's natural, it must be safe. This is another belief that keeps this trend alive. Baking soda is natural. It's something we keep in the kitchen, so it must be safe for the skin too. But here's the logical gap. Natural doesn't automatically mean safe. Poison ivy is natural. Lemon juice is natural too, yet applying it directly to your skin can cause irritation or even burns, especially when exposed to sunlight. Natural and skin-safe are 2 completely different categories, and confusing the 2 is what makes trends like this potentially risky. Experts generally recommend evaluating any ingredient, whether it's natural or synthetic, based on whether it has been properly tested and formulated for its intended use. Skincare products that undergo dermatological testing are carefully designed with the right pH, concentration, and application method for the skin. Mixing household ingredients at home, no matter how natural they seem, bypasses all of that careful formulation. Myth number 3: if you see instant results, it must be working. This is perhaps the trickiest belief of all. People watch these videos and see skin looking smoother, brighter, or fresher immediately after the mixture is applied, so they assume it's proof that the treatment is effective. But here's the honest reality: an immediate reaction isn't always a positive one. When a harsh or highly alkaline substance is applied to the skin, it can trigger temporary swelling or mild inflammation, making the skin appear smoother or more plump for a short time. That's not necessarily a sign of healthier skin. It's similar to the way some harsh facial cleansers leave your skin feeling squeaky clean. That sensation may feel satisfying, but it's often a sign that the skin's natural oils and protective barrier have been stripped away, not that the skin has become healthier. So what's a better approach? Real improvements in skin health usually happen gradually. They come from consistent, gentle skincare, not from dramatic, overnight transformations. Those instant before and after results you see online are often temporary and, in some cases, may simply reflect short-term irritation rather than genuine improvement. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 3 points surprised you the most? Was it number 1, 2, or 3? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this information helpful, don't forget to hit the like button. It helps this video reach more people who may be considering this viral trend without knowing the science behind it. The one thing most people miss. This is where we reach the real turning point, the insight that changes the way we should think about this entire trend. Most people ask the question, is baking soda good or bad for the skin? But the more important question is this: can repeated use cause cumulative damage, even if you don't notice any problems right away? Your skin barrier usually isn't damaged overnight. It tends to weaken gradually through repeated exposure to things that disrupt its natural balance. Using baking soda once may not cause any dramatic changes for many people. But when it becomes part of a regular routine, as often happens with viral skincare trends, where people turn it into a weekly ritual, it can repeatedly disturb the skin barrier over time. The result? Skin may become more sensitive, dryness can increase, and ironically, the very glow people are hoping to achieve may become harder to maintain in the long run. This is what so many viral skincare trends overlook. They confuse a short-term visual effect with long-term skin health. What people get wrong about skincare. We've now reached what is arguably the most important takeaway from this discussion. Many people believe that in skincare, stronger or more intense automatically means better results. They assume that if a product stings, tingles, or leaves the skin feeling tight, it must be working. But dermatological science generally points in the opposite direction. Long-term healthy, glowing skin comes from respecting the skin barrier, not repeatedly disrupting it. Products that are gentle, formulated for the skin, and designed to work with its natural pH are far more likely to deliver sustainable results over time. That's why the Vaseline part of this trend makes sense. As an occlusive, it helps protect the skin barrier by locking in moisture rather than disrupting it. The baking soda part is what makes the trend risky. Because of its highly alkaline nature, it can interfere with the skin's natural barrier, making irritation and dryness more likely with repeated use. If you actually want to try something, here's a simple, honest skincare routine you can follow. Step 1. Keep baking soda where it belongs, in the kitchen, not on your skin. Step 2. If you use Vaseline, apply it as the last step of your nighttime routine, after your moisturizer, focusing on dry areas to help lock in moisture. Step 3. If you want to exfoliate, choose gentle, dermatologically tested exfoliating products that are specifically formulated for facial skin. Step 4. Before trying any new skincare ingredient or product, perform a patch test and wait 24 hours to check for any signs of irritation. Step 5. If you notice redness, burning, persistent irritation, or any unusual reaction, stop using the product immediately and consult a qualified dermatologist. This video is intended for general educational and awareness purposes only. If you have specific skin concerns or an underlying skin condition, consult a qualified dermatologist. The next time you come across a viral skincare trend, pause for a moment and ask yourself, is this actually improving skin health, or am I just seeing a temporary reaction that looks like a glow? If you enjoy honest, evidence-based skincare content like this, be sure to follow for more. Let me know in the comments, which of these steps are you going to try first? And if you think someone you know could benefit from this information, share this video with them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.